Hi everyone and welcome back to Chef Seats. Today we're going to be making Risotto 101, starting with the basics. And just like always, only thing we're going to need are a few simple ingredients. So, let's get started. Now to start this recipe, just like all my recipes, I like to get all my knife work taken care of first. So right here we're just going to dice up this onion right here, being very careful when we're cutting it. So cut it lengthwise, sideways, up and down. Now we're just going to turn it to the side and slice it right there. So a nice easy way to dice an onion. Onion's going to add a really nice foundation flavor to the risotto, and also we're going to add a little bit of garlic to it as well. Personally, I like to microplane my garlic. It all cooks nice and evenly together pretty well. Just going to need a little bit. This is just the basics when you're making risotto. You could add other flavoring agents, but personally when you're making risotto, I like to start with simply onions and garlic. It's just too easy. Now in a medium-high heat pan, what I like to do is add a little bit of butter and also a little bit of olive oil. We're just going to let this all come together. And when the butter is all bubbling and happy right here, you can see it, there we are. See, happy butter. Add your onions and garlic right on into the pan. And right now it's very important that we season this at the beginning, and we also need to season throughout steps of the cooking process. This is going to be a medium-high heat cooking, so it's going to be a very quick procedure. It's going to be a very slight caramelization on the outside, but it's also going to have a little crunch on the inside. So just cook this really quickly, keep on mixing. Now when making risotto, there's going to be a lot of mixing involved. There's not going to be any other real technique that you're going to be seeing from me right here. So you can see right now there's going to be slight caramelization. It's still going to have a little crunch to it. So what I like to do now is add our risotto into the pan. There we are. Now another step that's actually very important is that we mix this at the same heat for about a minute. Let all the flavors and oil and fat and the onion and garlic all come together inside of this rice. Go mixing, mixing, mixing. Now it's time for us to add our white wine. So make sure you add the white wine first. There we are. Now you can see right here, we're not adding too much liquid at a time. We're just going to add a little bit and let it infuse into the rice. There you go. It's just going to absorb all the flavor of the wine. And you see that it's dried up right there? Now it's time for us to add our chicken stock. When adding your chicken stock, it really helps out to make sure that your chicken stock is already preheated and hot. The reason for this is that it's not going to cool your pan down, and it's going to make your cooking process a lot faster, and the rice is going to absorb the stock a lot better. There you go, continue mixing away, and you're going to see how it absorbs it all. There you are. Now it's going to be time for us to add a little bit more stock. Making sure that the stock is preheated is going to help out so much in the long run. It's also going to help us prevent it from the rice getting all soft and sticky on the outside. There you are. Continue mixing. And this is pretty much going to be the procedure for all of making this risotto. And when it absorbs up the water, or the chicken stock, I'm sorry, just going to add a little bit more on in. And you're going to continue this process until almost all the liquid or stock is absorbed. See how it's getting all nice and creamy? It's all coming together. So at this point, what I like to do is add some Parmesan cheese. So this is also going to help it give a really nice creaminess to the dish. Alright, continue mixing. And at this point, what we can do, we can take the heat off right here. Just shut the heat off and continue mixing. Allow the residual heat to allow this cheese to melt down and get all nice and happy. We could also add a little bit of butter in. Oop, oop. There you are. There we are. This is just going to emulsify into it. This is going to be wonderful. Remember, the Parmesan is going to add a little bit of saltiness, so be careful when you're seasoning this dish throughout the cooking process. There you go. Keep on mixing. Let that butter emulsify on into it. That just smells wonderful. I really wish that we had smell-o-vision right now. I also like to add a little bit of julienne basil at the end of this dish as well. Just gonna really lighten the dish, give it a freshness to this heavy risotto with the cheese and the butter and the creaminess. Just gonna lift it up a bit. Look at that. Alright folks, well you know what time it is now. Time to plate up. So grab your plate of choice, whichever you like. Just start spooning on in. Oh yeah, that's just wonderful. The essence of the Parmesan cheese and the basil right here is just so lovely right now. Okay, that's enough. So what I like to do is just pick up the plate right now and give it a slight little patting. There you go. It's just going to fill the plate up a little bit more. Nice. And just to finish this off, we're going to add a little bit more Parmesan cheese. Just a little bit, right? Why not? And to cut all this cheese, my secret little recipe. Of course you know me, a little bit of lemon zest. Just gonna really lighten the dish and cut through a really nice clean flavor. Well folks, there you have it. Yep, it's official. That is a proper risotto. I give that a thumbs up. Well folks, I'm really excited to share with you, again, another one of Chef Seat's cooking videos. Hope you really enjoyed this video, and of course, here's a recipe as following. If you have another technique or different form of recipe, I'm really excited to hear about it, so share with me. Just like always, thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe.